Please read the disclaimer.
Long, long time ago it was, before people began to dwell in the sky. A terrible war was waged between us humans and the wicked god. After the horrendous battle, our ancestors entombed the wicked god and left the polluted and barren earth to find a future in the sky.
In this world, there are things that people mustn't touch. Who cares?
The god of demise and destruction, the cursed power of Malpertio.
The Ant Magnus? Never heard of that before.
Damn! The bastards!
It's unthinkable to act against the Empire?
Us heroes, we have so much to do.
I've been waiting.
Kill him. If left alone, he will prove a threat to my Empire.
Let us trust the young. One more. Who hold the spirit within them.
The struggle alone will fill a great emptiness within you and ease your pain.
How long have you known?
Come on, Kibari! Move it!
Go away!
Our only hope is the long-lost ocean.
Awaken! Ancient god of destruction!
Be what you always dreamed to be!
Someday you will know who you really are.
Hello and welcome. I'm Bio, and today we are looking at what I consider to be a classic. That is right, a Bio classic. Originally released on the Nintendo GameCube. Or still originally released. I don't know why. Sometimes words come out and I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? Right? It was released as a GameCube exclusive. Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings and the Lost Ocean. An RPG by Monolith Soft, the same creators as far as I'm aware, the same creators as Xenogear Chronicles, whatever it's called. Never really looked into their later games. They did the Xenosaga games, which were cool. Xenoblade Chronicles, there we go. That's it.
A long, long time ago it
Yes, I get it, old woman. There's a long, long time ago. But this was basically the only RPG I had on the GameCube, and I loved it. Didn't finish it, unfortunately, because the game bugged out on me. There was a part of the game where you have to... there's a part of a game where you had to go into this dungeon, right? And somehow, my game saved when I was in that dungeon, so I couldn't leave. And my characters kept getting stuck in locations, so I reckon what happened is my save file got fucking corrupted or something. That's the only thing I can think of, is my save file got... Really, I was trying to stop it from going to the intro. Fuck off. That's the only thing I can think of, is that my save file got corrupted. So I never was able to finish the game, unfortunately. And would I finish it now? Yeah, if it got a re-release on PC Steam, yes, I would. Besides that, no.
That spirit.
That's how it always is. I'm sorry. It's just I'm a man who prefers playing games on a certain platform. That's just how it is. Same with people who play games on PS4. Same thing. They re-released it on fucking PC Steam, then I'd play it. But yeah, I had quite fond memories of it. So this game was also published by Namco. It was released in November 16th, 2004. Just so you know. I only had 2 games in the series. Apparently there was a 3rd game, but it got cancelled. Which is unfortunate. I would like to see this series make a resurgence.
Hello?
Now that I don't know if Xenoblade Chronicles has another game in the works, but obviously because it's an RPG, we're not going to be getting massively far into it. Just basically a little bit.
So that's your name.
But you play as this character called Callus. He's like the one-winged angel, because he has one like proper wing and the other wing is like a mechanical. But he's from a certain see, I think that's just the way he was born. I think generally speaking most people were born with two normal wings, but he's from like an island where people fly, basically floating islands, people fly around. Shit like that. And obviously it's showing us, I guess, the events of like, it's obviously in the past, but him and his sister, I think, got attacked and then shit happened basically. But yeah, I just remembered like really, really liking this RPG. I like the characters, you know, enough. I think I played this not too long after I played Final Fantasy X, and had a very similar vibe in my opinion. Graphics were pretty good. I like the backgrounds and that. Like here, look at the background of the curtains and that, and the character portraits. I thought the game was really cool. I like the story as well, even though I don't really remember much about it. But again, I didn't finish it, so this was just unfortunate. Because of a stupid bloody glitched save file. And that's the thing, you couldn't create more than one save file, that's the thing, you know, back in the day. So you fucked your save file, that was it. I'm going to obviously skip through the dialogue. Because it's the battle system I like, because it's a card-based battle system, and hopefully I'll get to show you, if the game lets me. Depends, I can't remember how long it is before we get into our first battle, so... But, as you can see, characters are pretty much fully voiced, which is cool as well. You didn't really have much of that back then. But yeah, there was a sequel game, which technically, it's a sequel and yet isn't a sequel. Because it's technically a prequel. It's called Baten Kaitos Origins. I didn't play it. It was only released in America, so it never got released in Europe. So, of course, I'm not surprised I didn't get to play it. Again, I personally think they should do a re-release of this. Re-release this game plus Origins in a package together, or separately, whatever you like. There's so much potential in re-releasing old RPGs, because quite a lot of them are timeless, in my opinion. Even if the graphical style's a bit dated. You play an RPG for the story, generally speaking.
Well,
Like, I'd play a RPG with this graphical style, no issue. Again, it all depends on whether the story captivates you. But RPGs tend to do quite well on PC, so... But I always thought the graphics in this game were pretty good for the GameCube. Really nice. You got the duck? What the duck doing? They're quacking, they're definitely ducks. Hey, wait. You must be the guy found unconscious in the woods. Yeah, because he fell from the Sky Island, I think. Have you ever... Recalls the memory of those travelers is... Yeah, okay, so this is basically... There we go. So this thing saves the game. And this is what I don't understand, because you can only save in specific areas, which is here. But somehow... Oh, no, my mistake. Yeah, that's me then. So, when I was a kid... Okay, I understand now. Okay. So... But obviously it all requires on blocks. Again, it requires on blocks. Obviously, I have unlimited blocks on here, but... I'm pretty sure I saved everything onto one save file. I never saved them over multiple save files. And that was probably where I went wrong. Because as soon as that save file was corrupted, I was fucked. That's it, because I only had the one.
Hey, you're the one.
What the hell is that fucking blob?
Glad to see you're up and walking around.
See, there is some voice dialogue outside of the main stuff.
well,
Tell you what the thing looks like. It looks like it looks like one of the things from Made in Abyss. You know, the fucking blob children. If you don't understand that reference, then that's fine. But I tell you, blob, typing in Made in Abyss blob children on Google probably isn't going to come up with it. One of the main characters, the girl in pink, if I remember correctly.
I have to go.
Okay, off you go then.
Bye, little guy.
You obviously, she's wearing those like weird pants, like yeah. But imagine if imagine if her thigh to leg ratio was actually like that. That'd be funny. Be like, what the fuck? Cedar, like a tree. You're a fucking tree.
Yeah. Ancient ruins.
Ancient ruins. Snake. Metal Gear. All right. So we go to Moongile Forest, which I imagine this is where we get into our first battle. Yeah, there's enemies around. Lovely. Cool. We'll see what the combat system's like. Again, I'm not going to play much of the game because it's an RPG. There's not really much. That's why I'm skipping the story, because what's the point of going over the story? If you really are interested in playing this game yourself, I would say play it yourself. It's hard to say how to play it, though. Like, I still have my original copy on the GameCube, because I can't sell it, because the disc is so fucking scratched. But it still works, because remember, I don't know about you, but the GameCube for me, PlayStation 2, I went through fucking 5 copies of fucking San Andreas when I was a kid, right? 5 fucking copies. Okay, that might be an exaggeration, but it was around about, probably a minimum 3 copies of San Andreas. Definitely went through 3 copies of Vice City. I think 2 copies of 3, because I played it so much. The PS2 would scratch, especially the fat one, the fat PS2, would scratch the fuck out of your discs, right? GameCube would do the same, generally speaking. Not as much as the PS2, but would do the same. But the difference with the GameCube doesn't matter how fucking... The disc would have to be scratched to the fucking limit. More scratched than there was clear space on the fucking disc for the GameCube not to play it. So even though most of my GameCube games are really scratched, they still play on the GameCube no issue. So here we go. And there we go. You pick like power cards. So that's a 5. And then a 2. So you do final damage of 18. And you can say it's very similar to some of the, like, I guess Dragon Ball? The Dragon Ball is like cards with the attack things. There you go, we got another card. And basically you'd like build up a deck full of strong cards to be able to attack and shit. And that's what I used to like about this game. I used to, because it was different. This was the first RPG I ever played that had a It was the first RPG I ever played that was like this. Did final damage of 35. Because I quickly used that to defend. I'm going to take a picture of the target, because why not? I think that there's 10, but I think the picture logs its thing. I don't know. Block. Blocked with a fucking... He did 2 attacks. Bamboo shoot. That's probably going to kill it anyway. Have a health. I think I just gave it health. Yeah, I did. I gave it health. I didn't even mean to. I didn't even mean to give it health. I just did. Oh well, shit happens. I'm still planning on remembering. But yeah, so you basically you get cards from battles and you just build up your deck and get stronger deck. So here you go. So we got a picture. We got a picture of the Shawa, which is the thing we're attacking. And then you could, I think you collect that if you collected enough of them. I think that's giving us a card. Magnus Voice 1. Another card. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there. I don't want to go too much into this. You know, I explained the reason. You know, I like this because of the car. I like this game because of the card-based battle system was different. Never had played a game that like it before, so it was very new and unique to me. I found the story to be quite cool. If I again just based on memory, I can't remember much about the story, but I obviously liked it enough to keep going because I did play it. I tried a Wise game not too long ago. Wise 6 I tried. To try and get into an RPG, and I just couldn't get into it. I put about 3 hours into the game, and I just couldn't get into it. The battle system was fine, but couldn't get into the story, so I stopped playing. And yeah, you kind of do need to put quite a lot into really liking the story in order to play the game. Either that or the battle system's got to be really cool. Maybe it was a little bit of both. The story was okay, battle system was cool in this game. But yeah, I'd definitely recommend, give it a go if you can secure a copy on the GameCube. But realistically, this game could do with a re-release. I don't think it's a Nintendo-owned IP. I don't see why it would be. Again, it was published by Namco, so probably Bandai Namco own the rights to this game. So it would be great to see if this game could get a re-release on. Even if they just re-released it as a Switch console exclusive. So as a console exclusive, it gets released on the Nintendo Switch, but it also gets released on PC Steam, along with maybe doing Origins as well. I just think it'd be cool. But we'll call it there. That was Baten Kaitos. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I've given enough reason why I really enjoyed this game when I was a kid. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.